The air inside Club Ali Bar was always a thick blend of cheap tobacco, spilled rum, and the collective sweat of 100 bodies packed too close to the stage. It was past midnight, the third set, and the band was locked in a slow, weeping bolero groove. Then, without a warning hiss, the grid failed. The neon signs blinked out, the amplifiers died with a dull thunk. In total, pitch black darkness swallowed the room. For a second, the breath of the crowd caught, but the rhythm
February was never this cold in Havana. The radios went silent all at once, like a lung escape in the chest of the island. The greatest voice was gone at 43, just a boy from Layas who held the key to our collective tears. I stood on the corner of Prado as the procession moved. The beggars, the dock workers, the generals in their starch green uniforms. Nobody was commanding anyone that day.
Mexico City in '49 smelled of gasoline, rain-soaked asphalt, and the sharp metallic tang of newly polished brass. The studio floor was a battleground of ink and tobacco smoke, littered with music sheets that looked like military maps. He stood by the piano, a small man conducting with his shoulders, his fingers striking the keys with a frantic mathematical precision. He wanted the trumpets to sound like knives, cutting the air exactly on the downbeat. Then there was me, fresh off the boat from Havana, with nothing but a linen shirt and a melody looping in my skull that didn't care about bars or margins. Two kings staring at one throne, when the tape rolled and his brass detonated like a wall of fire. I didn't follow his lines, I broke them open. The charts were written tight as iron bars. temple far behind to pour the soul of Cuba in his hand. He looked up from the keys, his eyes wide behind his cigar smoke, realizing the cage couldn't hold the bird, but the bird needed the bars to show its flight. In that singular, boiling room, the friction didn't burn the house down. It turned the air into gold. We didn't speak much after the session, but the ink on that wax plate was a permanent truce between the rule and the wind. The keys are striking like a silver blade, the tightest traps that arrogance has made. But when the tenor opens up the throat, the wild improvisation starts to float. Oh, the mumble is a fire in the night. We're ruling freedom. We finally unite. Her acetate is spinning in the dark. The heavy friction leaves a permanent mark. Two giant rivers crashing in the sand to set the rhythm of a country free. The doctor held a chart like a death sentence. He told me the liver was turning to ash, that the alcohol had finally won, and my heart would stop if I took the stage. I looked at his clean white coat, then I looked at my stained velvet suit. I told him, brother, you cure the skin, but the music cures the ghost. If I am going to bleed, I will bleed under the lights.
The dressing room is freezing and so bright. The mirror shows a ghost inside the night. The white coat begs me, please just stay and be. Your blood is poison, you are nearly deep.
But outside I can hear the people roar. They do not know what's waiting at the door. I strap the braces tight against my pie and walk into the golden smoky ride.
Oh, the curtain is rising for the final time. My voice is burning through the silver light. I sing with every single ounce of soul to make the broken country people who love. The body breaks but music will not die beneath the red Havana velvet skies.
Each note I hit is tearing up my chest. The fever burns, I cannot take a rest. I see the doctor weeping in the shade. He knows the price that's safely being paid. The trumpets scream to catch my falling breath. We dance a bolero in the face of death. The applause is thunder shaking up the floor. I give them everything and give them
The lights started to spin. The faces in the front row became a blur of white smiles and tears. My hand shook, but the microphone stayed steady. I didn't feel the sickness anymore. I only felt the beautiful, terrible weight of being loved. The last chord fades, the theater goes so black. The sirens wail, there is no turning back.
The stage is clean, the singer falls away. The music scales.
The agent sat across the table, his suit too clean for the humidity of Havana, sliding a fountain pen toward me like a golden key. He spoke of neon marquees in Miami theaters with air conditioning that made you forget the sun, and banks that kept your sweat from drying in vain. He said the island was shrinking, changing into something that wouldn't pay the rent on my talent. I looked through the tall, decaying windows of the cafe out at the docks, where the boys were loading sugar cane with bare, calloused hands. They were humming the refrain of a tune I had written in a dream 3 winters ago. Inside Club a la Bar was always a thick blend of cheap tobacco, spilled rum, and a collective sweat of 100 bodies packed too close to the stage. It was past midnight, the third set, and the band was locked in a slow, weeping bolero groove. Then, without a warning hiss, the grid failed. The neon signs blinked out, the amplifiers died with a dull thunk, and total pitch-black darkness swallowed the room. For a second, the breath of the crowd caught. But the rhythm didn't stop in his bones. He stepped away from the dead microphone directly to the edge of the wooden stage. When he opened his mouth for the next line, his natural voice didn't just sing, it detonated.
The smoke was heavy and the rum was pouring fast inside the shadows where the neon used to cast. The brass was crying and the bass was breathing low. We held our breath to let the midnight bolero flow. But then the wires failed and cut the power dead. A sudden darkness falling like a sheet of lead. The amplifiers died, the room was stripped and cold. But there are things that electricity can't hold. He stepped into the dark without a trace of fear. His natural voice rose so beautifully clear. No microphone could hold the thunder in his breast. He sang away the dark and put the ghost to rest. Oh, the human voice was shining brighter than the light. It conquered every shadow in the Havana neon. The concrete walls began to vibrate with the sound. It felt like holy ground was rising from the floor. 100 strangers in the pitch-black silence boomed. We didn't need the silver speakers anymore. You could hear the fabric of his satin jacket stray as he released the velvet fury of his play. The poorest beggars and the richest men lead to leave the artificial world so far behind. No one clinked a glass, no one moved a chair. We were frozen in a sacred, invisible cathedral of sound, held together by nothing but the air coming from one man's chest. For 3 long minutes, we lived in that dark, completely naked, complete alive. He stepped into the dark without a trace of fear. His natural voice rose so beautifully clear. No microphone could hold the thunder in his breast. He sang away the dark and put the ghost to rest. Oh, the human voice was shining brighter than any light. It conquered every shadow in the Havana neon. We saw the tears upon the faces at the well. The miracle was over, but the truth was there. The song remains inside the soul and standing by.
February was never this cold in Havana. The radios went silent all at once, like a lung escaping the chest of the island. The greatest voice was gone at 43, just a boy.
From Lajas who held the key to our collective tears, I stood on the corner of Prado as the procession moved.
The beggars, the dock workers, the generals in their starch green uniforms. Nobody was commanding anyone that day. For the first time in our history, the entire country was marching to the very same broken beat.
The streets are draped in black and heavy gray. The greatest voice has cleared and gone away. From old Havana down to Leisure's clay, a million sandals march in grief today.
The iron gates are closed inside the town. The flags are turning low and falling down. The leadership bows down the bearded air
to honor those who rise up from the dead. The silver microphone is now a shroud. No wall can separate the rich and poor. When death is singing at the nation's door, the island weeps beneath the winter skies as Santa Isabel says its goodbye.
The factory is still, the fields are dust. The strings upon the trays are turning rust.
We carry coffins on the steps of stone, the crown that never left the people alone.
The palace cars are waiting in the lane to join the beggars walking through the air. A final chord is breaking through the air to leave a country stripped and standing bare.
The body was buried in the soil it refused to leave. The politicians made their speeches, but the real eulogy was written on the faces of the women who washed their doorsteps in tears.
The music didn't belong
It became the very air we breathe when we are lonely. Oh, the song is walking through the weeping road. The silver microphone is now a shroud. No wall can separate the rich and poor when death is singing at the nation's door. The island weeps beneath the winter skies as Santa Isabel says it's goodbye. The carriage leaves, the smoke begins to clear. The sweetest melody we'll never hear. The sugar cane is bending in the rain. The tracks remain. The agent sat across the table, his suit too clean for the humidity of Havana, sliding a fountain pen toward me like a golden key. He spoke of neon marquees in Miami, theaters with air conditioning that made you forget the sun, and banks that kept your sweat from drying in vain. He said the island was shrinking, changing into something that wouldn't pay the rent on my talent. I looked through the tall, decaying windows of the cafe out at the docks, where the boys were loading sugar cane with bare, calloused hands. They were humming the refrain of a tune I had written in a dream 3 winters ago. I pushed the gold pen back across the wood. You can buy the throat, my friend, and you can buy the time on the radio, but the frequency of this clay, the way the dust rises when the conga strikes, and the hunger that makes a melody taste like bread, that doesn't fit inside your ledger. I would rather grow hoarse singing for the ghosts in lodges than become a golden bird in a velvet cage across the water. My music isn't an export. It is the ink of the people who have nothing left but their name. The ferry left the harbor with a groan, carrying the kings who traded dirt for gold, leaving just the broken streets of stone and a pocket full of promises unsold. The contract was a sweet, seductive lie, whispering of dollar bills beneath a safer sky. But I can hear the country singing from the playing, and I will not they wanna buy the melody and put it in a cage. They wanna see the wild bird dancing on a gold
shoes upon their fate. It belongs to every heartbeat on this sun-baked city street. The big promoters shook their heads and buttoned up their coats. They said a man who chooses hunger is a foolish man. They sailed away to city lights on luxury-filled boats to build a palace out of paper on the northern sand. Let them keep their contracts made of ice and neon gleam. I'd rather drink the local rum beside a muddy stream. My silver suit is getting old, my pockets may be bare, but when I sing, the poorest people find their freedom thee. Is pulling north tonight, the harbor lights are dim. The old compadres ask me if I ever feel regret. I look at all the working hands and pour the glass to brim, and tell them that the finest things are those we can't forget. The music stays right where it was born, inside the callous hand, a gift from Santa Isabel. To this forgotten land I leave the fame across the sea. I leave the dollar bills, my soul is safe tonight among the green and rolling hills. They wanna buy the melody and put it in a cage. They wanna see the wild bird dancing on a golden stage. But my voice is deeply rooted in the red Havana clay. And all the silver in Miami cannot wash the soil away. Oh, the song belongs to those who have no shoes upon their feet. It belongs to every heartbeat on this sun-baked city street. The boat is gone, the harbor starts to fade. The finest choice that I have ever made. The sugar cane is whispering my name. I leave the fade.
Mexico City, smelled of gasoline, rain-soaked asphalt. The studio floor was a battleground of ink and tobacco smoke, littered with music sheets. He stood by the piano, a small man conducting with his shoulders, his fingers striking the keys with a frantic mathematical precision. He wanted the trumpets to sound like knives, cutting the air exactly on the downbeat. Then there was me, fresh off the boat from Havana, with nothing but a linen shirt and a melody looping.
The players had their sheets, their shiny degrees, and perfect notes written on white paper. The master had nothing but a storm inside the chest. The musicians looked for a wooden baton, but the director showed them the dancing feet. Every horn line was sung into the air, note by note, from the dust of pure memory.
The finest players in the smoky room, with brassy horns to chase away the gloom.
They asked for charts and pages made of ink. The master smiled and told them, do not think.
The singer opened up a throat to Cree and pulled the brass notes from the island sky.
Oh, the band is moving to the magic pad. No written sheets can tame the rhythm of this land. The country boy is leading with the dancer's grace, building a kingdom in a crowded place.
Hear the brass roaring as the giant steps arise. The sweetest fire burning in the master's eyes.
A sudden stomp of feet and saxophones begin to bleed. A wild theatrical wave is all the horn section will need.
No formal school was found, just genius of the city streets, turning a concrete floor into a heavy pulsing beat.
The instruments all mimic every single vocal roll. A 20-piece village belonging into one.
They call the director a conductor who cannot read the bars. But music is not something you look at with your eyes, my brother.
It is the ghost that makes the body move when the night gets too heavy to carry alone. Oh, the band is moving to the magic hand. No written sheets can tame the rhythm of this land. The country boy is leading with a dancer's grace, building a kingdom in a crowded place.
Hear the brass roaring as the giant steps arise. The sweetest fire burning in the master's eyes.
The wooden wand drops down, the giant room is still. The players conquer towns with nothing but a will. The music lives inside the brass and clay. The giant steps away.